Good luck, Little Lies. Welcome to Paul and Mick. Nice to have you with us.
Thank you.
Just come from the studio.
Yep.
Thank you very much for coming in today. I know you're very busy. How's it all going?
Quite well. Quite a lot of hard work, you know.
Yeah. Do you enjoy being in the studio?
Not today, we didn't.
No? Why? What's been going on down there?
No, it's just, you know, sometimes it's easy, sometimes it
must be
becomes hard.
so tiring to have to sort of listen over and over again to the same thing and perfect it.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. I think they're taking up something else now.
So when's it out? It's due out?
April.
In April, great.
Yeah, April, May.
I adored your last album, The Favourite Shop. Now that was, I believe, about a shop in Amsterdam, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it wasn't the last album.
No, the album. The album, Our Favourite Shop. That was about the shop in Amsterdam, yeah?
Yes, it was.
About the beehive.
We can't really pronounce
Bijenkorf?
Bijenkorf,
yeah.
Yeah.
That's how they pronounce it. Yeah. Right, we're going to have a look at Long Hot Summer in a moment. Before we do though, can you tell us a bit about the Red Wedge? Because for our European viewers, the organisation there, what you actually do. And
I'm not sure anymore after seeing a documentary last night on Channel 4.
I didn't see that. Tell us about that.
It was called The 11th Hour and it was called The People's Flag.
Right.
It was about the history of the Labour Party. And the Wedge is basically affiliated with the Labour Party. And it's more really of an anti-Tory movement amongst artists and different musicians and different people. But I'm not sure about our affiliation with any, or, you know, when I say ours, I mean the Style Council's or mine. I'm not sure how I feel towards the Labour Party really, or any parliamentary party anymore, so
you don't.
I can't tell you too much about it.
No. So what about you, Mick? I mean, there are other bands, people like the Blow Monkeys, I believe, are involved as well.
Yeah. I mean, I think it started out as a good thing. It's a lot of like-minded people.
I think it's a very good thing.
But I mean, it's like, it's not really the same old faces, but a lot of the people involved, we've been connected with prior to the existence of Red Wedge at kind of C&D things, and not just C&D things, you know, a broad kind of left sort of feeling, I suppose.
Right.
And I don't think we've done particularly any more being part of Red Wedge than we had done prior as ourselves, just being the Style Council.
Right.
We used to do little bits and pieces.
The charity gigs and stuff.
Well, yeah, but things that went unsaid, you know, that we weren't really trying to get publicity for.
No.
When you become part of a larger body...
Surely it's good to get publicity though, because it encourages people to come along and find out more about it.
It depends, yeah. But you can do things, you know, small things, without having to see your face plastered in some magazine.
But it's nice to use it, I mean, obviously.
Yeah, the danger is it becomes a bit tokenistic after a while, especially when you see the same faces as well.
So to get some more bands involved then.
Well, you know, they're out there.
Let's have Long Hot Summer now. This is the Style Council. They're with us today. Long Hot Summer, the Style Council. We've got Paul and Mick here. Did you enjoy making that?
Yeah, it was good.
It's down in Cambridge, wasn't it? You know,
Yeah.
Do you actually like making videos in general?
No.
No?
Enjoyed that one.
That was a bit easier because that was only our third single. After a while, you know.
What don't you enjoy about it?
Just all the hanging about. I mean, that was a different thing because it was a nice day and we was out in the sunshine and we was being punted around by people. But if you're hanging about in the studio all day, it's not hard work, it's just boring.
Do you think they're important though?
Yeah, they are, yeah, because you can't get to every TV show, you know.
Do you enjoy, I mean, do you have much say in the production and the direction of it? Yeah. Storyboards?
More so recent years, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I mean, in the first year we didn't used to like storyboards very much. I mean, a kind of plot evolved during the day. We used to just think of a sort of location or a kind of some sort of disguise for ourselves or something, and then just see what came out of that.
How do you find the acting? Because I talked to Pete Wiley recently about it, and he said, he hates making these videos where you've got to put the cup here, and then you've got to move here, and then you've got to, you know, he just wants it very natural and, you know, with the band, etc. I mean, and he says maybe like musicians just shouldn't act, and, you know, actors shouldn't play or whatever. What do you think of that?
Well, I agree with that from my own point of view, just because I'm hopeless at it, but if you're good at it, I guess it's okay.
Yeah. A lot of bands that make it and make a lot of money, successful, for instance, people like Sade, tend to leave the country because of the taxes, but you've always stayed here and paid those taxes.
Never made enough money to leave.
So Wanted's coming up next. So is this you're gonna put this out on the new album?
I don't think it'll be on the new LP, no, it should be a separate single.
Okay, we're going to have a look at it. On Supersonic now, Star Council, here it is, 1, 2, 3. It didn't matter, the Star Council. Now, you must have enjoyed making that one, boys. That looked like good fun.
Yes.
Yes!
It was even on the second go.
I understand it's part of a film.
Yeah, it is. It's correct.
Part of a half-hour film called Jerusalem, which we made last year, which hasn't been shown on TV yet.
Yeah.
It's only out on video, but hopefully we'll try and sell it to some TV companies.
Right. And you've worked with directors like that before, have you?
Yep, quite a few times.
Let's move on to Nick here, Nick Grant.
No,
You're not like those directors.
No, I hope not. No, I'd like to think it's more commercials directors who are like that.
So it's good to have you with us. Now, I understand, congratulations, you've just been nominated for the Billboard magazine experimental video for XTC's Dear God.
That's right, best video, best concept and best experimental video, which I find a bit odd for experimental.
You've done quite a few vids, haven't you? Michael Disney and Tim Finn, I realise.
Cutting Crew, David Sylvie and Loose Ends.
Which Cutting Crew did you do?
The very first one, Died in Your Arms, the English version.
That's such a lovely song as well. Do you have to like the music and the band to work with them?
Yeah, I mean it helps quite a lot, especially with things like XTC, I really like them, and the song actually means something. So you'll make the film that much better because you sort of, sounds really pretentious, but you believe in it.
Right. And so you wouldn't do somebody if you thought they were really naff?
No.
Even though they were very successful?
I was asked to do last year Boris Gardner, that one that was a #1 hit for about 8 weeks, and I turned it down.
I wanna wake up, that one?
Yeah.
Vile.
It would be my biggest hit, but I turned it down.
And you don't regret it?
Not in the slightest.
What you got planned for the future? I mean, video-wise, anything coming up?
There's very little happening up until Christmas, but then we've got lots happening in the new year.
Nice if you win this Billboard thing, though, because that will put your name around a bit.
Yeah.
Great. Well, we're going to have a look at the XTC video. It's Dear God, and as I said, it's been nominated for that award. Nice. Dear God, XTC. Hope you win the award with that.
Thank you.
He's great fun to work with, Andy Partridge.
Andy, yeah, he's great.
I did a cookery programme with him once for my sins. He makes brilliant cheesecake. So, was it expensive to make?
That? Well, I mean, it's not expensive in video director's terms. It was £20,000,
right.
But of course that might seem a hell of a lot to lots of other people.
Because the guys were saying earlier that the Wanted video was what, about £10,000 it cost you, yeah? I mean,
which in today's terms is just like absolutely nothing.
No, I mean, but you obviously don't feel it's important as long as it looks good, doesn't look too cheap.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous amounts of money being spent on videos on a 3-minute piece of film, which you're lucky to get shown. Lucky if they show 50 seconds of it, a minute and a half, if you know, at the very most. Right.
I mean, things like Michael Jackson. I mean, would you like the budget they've got for Michael Jackson's
Well, obviously
videos?
it would be a total dream to have a budget like that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it is a bit sort of morally suspect.
Yeah.
Having that much money, I suppose. But I mean, it would be just the most wonderful toy. You're just given a toy to play with.
I mean, how do you find people, like artists, like the musicians? I mean, do they want a lot of creative control, or do you let them have that, or do you?
It really depends on the bands that you work with. Usually, the bands who have been around much longer, like David Sylvian, they want a lot of control. Whereas the new bands, they haven't been around enough to sort of just have any particular ideas. It's the music that comes first. So, I mean, it varies, but usually it's the new bands who let you really do what you want.
And that's good for you?
Yeah, well, I like it.
Okay, great. We've got the Michael Disney video coming up now. You did this as well?
Yes.
Yeah, it's Town to Town, directed by Nick Brandt. Town to Town, directed by Nick Brandt here. How did you actually do that effect behind you?
We built an entire Perspex studio on the back of a lorry and just drove around Woolwich.
Is that your idea?
Me and somebody I work with.
Very novel. It's really nice. We've got to say goodbye to the boys here. Thank you very much for coming in. Got a couple of dates coming up in London, I believe, soon.
Yep.
And that's the last of it for a while, because you've been quite busy this year.
Yeah, we're retiring after that.
Right, do you want to sign the book for me, please? That's our star book. And see that? Brilliant. We've got Nina Simone coming up next. Now, she recorded the song My Baby 57 years ago. It was actually written 57 years ago. It was recorded 30 years ago. Been released 4 times. How do you feel about them re-releasing these songs? What do you think?
Well, it's a bit sad in a way because they're all great songs, but it just shows there's such a lack of good songs around at the moment, I guess.
That's right. She was involved in that with Martin Luther King quite heavily, wasn't she? This movement. Yeah, she was. You like this video, don't you, as well?
Oh, I think the song's absolutely wonderful. wonderful. It's one of my favourite ever songs, and I think the video is great
You
as
like
well.
the video?
I
Have
really
you
like
seen this
it, yeah.
video, you two?
Has
I
it got a
think.
cat in it?
Yeah.
I saw a little bit of it.
Yeah, sort of plasticine again. Great, well thank you very much. I tell you what, come back and see me when the album comes out.
Right.
Look forward to that, and it's been nice to have you with us.
Thank you.
Okay, Nina Simone coming up now. This is My Baby Just Cares For Me.